Hi guys! I received my Johanna's Christmas a few days ago and I thought I would share a quick flip through. I know there are a lot of reviews out there already, so this is not really a review, it's just sharing my first impressions of the book with you guys. So let's jump right in. As you can see, for those who are familiar with Johanna's books, this is the UK edition. I picked it because I personally love the cover, I love the gold foil on it, and it's just beautiful. I mean, I love it. Some people say it's almost a bit too much with all the gold, but for me personally, I love Christmas, and for Christmas nothing is too much. There cannot be such a thing as too much gold and too much glitter and shiny stuff, and so I think this is really beautiful. Alright, so here we have the flap with some big ornaments. Very nice. Yeah, it already starts here on the first page. Every single page in this book is perforated. I don't know if you can see it so well on camera, but it's the perforation line is right here. So technically you can take out every page when you're done coloring, or, you know, if it's easier for you to take it out and then color and not color it in the book. So that's really cool. I never thought of taking pages out of my previous books, out of the other Basford books that I own. But I know a lot of people want to either frame pages that they finished, give them out as gifts, and I think especially with a Christmas book, it lends itself to, you know, coloring it and taking it out and framing it and maybe, you know, put it under the Christmas tree for somebody else to enjoy. So that's a really great new thing in this book, but it's also not too obvious, so I'll probably leave my pages in, and the perforation line here is not too obvious, maybe here on the first page but not in the book itself, so it's, you know, it's just a convenient thing that they included for this new book. Here is the name page, very nice. I usually hesitate to scribble my name in there. I don't know, maybe this time I'll do it. I got better at hand lettering and all that stuff. I kind of got into that, and calligraphy, so maybe this time I'll actually be brave enough to fill it out and not just color it. This book, at least my edition, has been printed in Italy, and I have to say my Lost Ocean has also been printed in Italy, and I love the paper quality and the print itself. There is no pixelation. I read online that many people had problems in previous books with pixelation, and the lines were just not as clear and the paper was not so good. I am not an expert on the whole paper subject matter. All I can say is the ones that I have that have been printed in Italy, I've always been really happy with, and this one is too, so that's great. The paper itself is it feels very sturdy, really thick, really, you can use, I think, I haven't tried it yet, but it really feels like you can use a lot of different mediums and the paper can withstand that. I personally use a lot of pressure. I prefer to use colored pencils, and I use a lot of pressure because that's just, I guess, my coloring style. I like the way it blends, I like vibrant colors, so I do use a lot of pressure, and with some of the other books, you saw it on the other page, when you flip the page, you saw it in the back, and when it's too thin. But I think this feels very promising, I would say. And it also feels like it has a nice tooth, like no texture, but tooth. Which, again, especially for colored pencils, is a very good thing. It doesn't feel rough, but you can feel like it's gonna blend beautifully. I can already tell, but we'll see about that when I actually start coloring it, which I hope is very soon. So here we have a little introduction, Johanna's tips. Also says here 37 images. I read somewhere it's 40 images, but they might have, you know, counted this or whatever, these pages as well, I don't know. I'm happy either way. This is really cute. This is nice, beautiful. Very nice. Another thing that's new, with this book is it's one-sided. It's just single pages. You have your illustration and a kind of neutral background, an illustration and a neutral background. And that's also great because if you do use a medium that bleeds through, or like me with, you know, using a lot of pressure with my colored pencils, it's great that I don't ruin the next page, the next illustration. And it looks cute. I think that's a very, very, very good idea. A little wreath, really beautiful. And again, here we have the kind of neutral background. And they even made, I think, 3 different ones. So it's not all, they didn't just slap on one design in the back and call it a day. They actually have 3 designs, and just adds a nice little touch, you know. It's just, the quality is just great, and little details like that, just, to me, just they show quality, and that thought went into it, and I don't know, it's just a nice touch. A little tree here. We have all these little birds in there, and I think in the beginning she says there are 63 elusive robins, so you know, can look for them in every single page. I believe she put them. Very nice. Very beautiful. I like it in this book that it's, I mean, these are obviously, like this one is obviously really Christmassy, really what you would expect from a Christmas book, but she also included quite a lot of pages that are just just winter, like not specifically Christmas, like this one. Which is great, because I don't know about you, I don't wanna be coloring Christmas themed stuff in April or whenever, but with pages like that you actually can use the book longer. Like maybe you guys don't care, maybe you are cool with coloring Christmas trees in July, I don't know. I personally stick to seasons, so it's nice that there are more neutral pages, I would say, included in the book. We got that, so here that tells us we're gonna have a double page coming up. Very nice, beautiful. Little gingerbread house, the nice little frame. We know this one from, I believe, a challenge or competition that Johanna did. And what people did with this, what they added on to this already really nice page is just amazing. I'm sure you guys saw stuff online with backgrounds and adding in icebergs, and it was just blew me away. Really beautiful. That's a very like symmetrical, repetitive page, which is nice too. Love this page. I think this is gonna be one of my first ones that I color. All these little wintry, Christmassy items like the gingerbread man and the snowman, a sleigh, stockings, a tree, a teddy bear, a nutcracker. Just beautiful. Nice. Big nutcrackers. I personally love nutcrackers. I would like to own one that's like made out of wood and painted and stuff. Maybe this year I'll look into it, but these are super cute. That's a more detailed one, but still not as small as we saw in Lost Ocean, for example. Lost Ocean, some pages really drove me crazy because it was so intricate and so detailed. I felt like I ran out of colored pencils before I could even finish one page. So I'm glad that this book mostly has, you know, bigger spaces, bigger drawings. This is a bit more detailed, but still very doable. Nice. Another double page coming up. The houses that she always includes in all of her books. We had the underwater city in Lost Ocean, then we had tree houses in Enchanted Forest, and every book has kind of like, you know, one scene with houses, and I personally love them. They're some of my favorite pages. I can totally see this in the evening with like a dark blue background, something like that. Very cool. Can't wait. Nice, lots of candy, lots of good stuff here on this page. Beautiful. A little bird. A Christmas tree. Presents. This is nice too. Also lends itself to maybe adding on stuff, or, you know, some people are just, I can't. I don't think I can. But some people are so talented, and what they do with pages like that is just totally, really, really, really amazing. A little owl. Love the owls. Just finished one for a group challenge on Facebook for my group Coloristas United, and I picked the owl. We did a little autumn challenge and love owls. Great. This is nice too. This is another more wintry scene, not so much, you know, specifically Christmas. This one, same thing. You got like ice crystals, snowflakes. It's not strictly Christmas. So this will, pages like this I'll save for, I don't know, after Christmas, January, February. I guess I like seasonal coloring. Okay, then we have another double page. This is beautiful. Little open fireplace and the Christmas tree and candles. Great. Beautiful. This is nice too. Little rocking horse. I love rocking horses. I have one in the house, an antique rocking horse. It's just, I have a thing for them. Rocking horses, not crackers, like totally my thing. Some ornaments. I like pages like this for some quick coloring, like when I'm cooking something and I have to wait for something, like I don't know, say the water to boil, and I feel like coloring but don't have a lot of time. I pick pages like that and have my 10 minutes or something and just pick one, and it's my little zone out coloring break. And pages like something like this, just they're perfect for that. A little clock, very cute. An animal, a rabbit. This is also not really Christmassy, also more neutral, I would say. Beautiful. I love that one. A heart. I think you can do great things with that. I can already see this in a couple of weeks. When you look on the internet what people are doing with pages like that, same thing like I said before, I'm curious to see it. Beautiful. Another double page. And here is another thing that I really like about this book, and thank you, Johanna, for changing that. Here, this is a double page, and as you can see, the illustration just stops where you can still, where it's still okay to color. Before that, the illustrations went all the way into the spine, and it was so difficult to color. You had the choice of either, you know, coloring it and you either bend it too much and you know, ruin the page, or it's really difficult, or you just, you know, left it white and that didn't look so great either. So in this book there are blank spines on every page. She centered every illustration even when it's a double page, and that allows us to, like, you know, really finish it in an area of the page that's easily accessible, where we don't have to, like, go in there and try and color in the spine. So I appreciate that a lot. I love that. Some birdies. I saw the other day before I went to bed, the video actually on YouTube was like, I don't remember, like an hour long. I watched the first 15-20 minutes. I will link it down below. What this lady did with this page blew my mind. It was so beautiful, at least in my opinion. I wish I could do that. It was just amazing, and I will link it down below in case you're curious and want to check it out. Just fascinating. A little sleigh with presents. This is beautiful too. Very classy frame, and it's very Christmassy too. This is nice. This is one of those mirrored pages. Not my favorite, I guess. I don't know, because you literally do the same thing twice, and sometimes I just don't feel like doing that. But they are beautiful pages, don't get me wrong. I'll take them, but they're not my favorite. They are mirrored, and I don't know. Then another double page. The cute little Christmas things, the stockings and the letters, the cards, ornaments, the peppermint sticks. Beautiful. And again, blank spine. Awesome. And that's the end of the book. Here she included a little color palette test page where you can put together your, you know, color combinations for certain pages, or test markers, see if they go through, or, you know, things like that. And I just got nail polish on here, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh well. You have 2 pages for this, and then the back flap with the same illustration as in the front, and then a beautiful black and white back cover. I never colored, I never touched the covers. I feel like we can play inside the book, and I always feel like the cover that's what Johanna drew, what she illustrated, and it's like, you know, in her honor, I just leave it the way it is. This is her work and I love it the way it is. I don't need to play with this. I don't need to color with this. And yeah, that's my little flip through. My first impressions of Johanna's Christmas. And I hope you guys have fun coloring this. Let me know in the comments. What do you like about the book? What you don't like about the book? I'd be curious to see. So that's about it for now. Thank you for watching. Bye!